Do you wear wigs?
No, I do not.
Have you worn wigs?
No, I have not.
You are a beautiful man. A beautiful man. Will you wear wigs?
Maybe.
When will you wear wigs?
You're a beautiful man. A beautiful man. Will you wear wigs? It really do be sleep music, though.
Welcome. We've mostly been talking about milking.
Yeah, I haven't
people.
changed those yet. Welcome in, Hawk. Welcome in, Hurt. It's a Saturday. I'm doing this anyway. I'll change it eventually, as I always do. It's almost ran its full week. That's my bitrate doing weird things. I think it's equaled out, it looks like. Wait, what is this? Hold on, I'm distracted. So weird. I'm doing good. I'm tired, but I'm doing good. I never did them either. I've yet to do roulettes, so if you haven't done them, I'm down to do them now. I did... Okay, I lied. I did, trials and normal raids. I would like to do leveling in MSQ. That is true. I can level this at any time, realistically. When I first started in Walker... Oh yeah, this has been my, like, oh, I need to do character management stuff, this is where I go. Also, I did a thing. If these ears haven't tipped you off... We've had a small change. Just a little Fantasia. I don't remember the button that turns off my UI. I'm gonna get a ring. You know, unfortunately, I think I'm promised to... Although DICE hasn't given me a ring yet. I was promised to DICE at one point. Alright, I made a promise to DICE. But he's never given me a ring. But yeah, I was very happy with how this glam came out as well. There we go. I suffer. Does this help? Is this helping your suffering, Killy? Ah, the bro code promise. I can break that. Be very unbro code of you. Does this help you, Killy? Or we could just Manderville. I don't think I have the T emote. I have bought very few emotes, truthfully. Mug cakes. Fist bump. What's funny is I have the Power Ranger ones on my my alt. I don't have my Power Ranger emotes on this one. I don't believe. Yeah, I didn't buy the Power Rangers on my main. I just have them. But I can flex, and I feel like that's more in line with this character. Ooh, hell yes. The gifting system got changed. Wait, really? Can you not gift things anymore? Or is it now like you have to give a code and you copy the code? Yeah, the RMT. I'm confused. What is it? I don't know what RMT is. But also, hell yeah. Oh, real money trading. Got it. Okay. But hell yes to oven mugs. I can also change into this if that also would help you, Killy. Emote is best emote. I just want to see how that was real money trading though. Like if everyone could buy it for that price, how was there real money trading going on with it? Like if it was $5 for everyone, why? Even has a little pom pom. The reason they gave. I'm sure there was some kind of exploit that we're just not aware of. I will say, oh, I forgot that I glammed this out. I do like the way that the Dragoon armor looks on a Vieira. It looks very good. If you can, don't feel like you need to at all. I do not need to be able to drink tea. I'm completely fine. Although, I will, if I have it, I will drink tea all the time. See, there's something in me that, like, I'll pay for a full Fantasia change every now and then, but I do it, like, once every couple. Like, the last time I Fantasia'd was 5 years ago, and it was with the Fantasia that came with my Heaven's Ward copy. I don't Fantasia that much, but like I'll buy every now and then. I'll buy some emotes. I will say this: I heavily debated buying the maid dress because the idea of having a giant step on me bunny maid was hilarious. Fair enough. Don't feel like you have to whatsoever, but I will drink tea if you do for sure. I will hotbar it and just sip tea as a Vieira looking down and judging people. Let's return from the respective meetings of the Alliance leaders. Senator suggested you should get some rest in the meantime. Come back. Al has appraised me. You're reaching a compliment. What an amazing feat to eliminate a tower. Give me a way to deal with the rest. Not so much. I've changed your sheets and pumped up your pillow. Pumped up your pillow. After that, there's nothing like collapsing on a nice clean bed after completing a major milestone. The malm, instead of mile, than being malms. Always gets me. Look at your new and improved lodgings now. Like, I love that, like, they've committed that hard. Like, no, it's not miles, it's a malm. So, what kind of mug cake are you making, by the way, Killy? Also, please tell me Emmett starts visiting me like Ardbert used to. I know he won't. I know it's going to be Hyland, but I wish it was Emmett.
Take heart and protect them well.
Good. Good, you're here. You haven't eaten yet, have you? We've bought quite a spread if you're interested. Only the finest dining from the last stand.
Oh, this is a wholesome moment. And now we stare down on Alice, because we're just towering over her. Like, how tall are we now? Oh, we're only like 5'10". I didn't make it the tallest of the area I physically could.
Lest you wonder, we invited Estinian as well.
I love as well, like, pulling out the pickles,
But
handing it
he
to
refused
Graha.
with a rather grim-faced, "No, thank you." I suspect Charlian cuisine is not to his liking.
Oh, I don't know about that.
How tall are we now?
Perhaps
Yes.
our lone wolves
Yes.
just needed some time apart.
We're now 5'10".
What? To perfect his brooding stare? Next time, I'll drag him out by the ear, sit him down
There
in
we
front
go.
of a Charlian feast, and see that he eats every last
Has been
bite.
updated as of Tuesday, October 25th. As a countermeasure against fraudulent purchase made using
An
the previous
excellent
version
idea.
of the gifting feature.
Of all people, warriors must take proper meals and rest if they are to maintain a healthy constitution.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
Poor Estinian, beset on all sides.
So now they have it so that you have to gift it directly, I'm guessing, then, instead of you get a code. Yeah, that's definitely been a problem in a lot of games like this, where people will steal credit cards, buy the codes, and then resell the codes online. That actually makes sense.
Played literal host to Heidelin herself.
And what an experience that was. Tiring, yes,
Whoop.
but no lasting harm done.
I'm currently on Professor Thickbuns.
If anything, I should have liked to speak with her longer.
Oreo has been very vocal lately.
I've not felt a hint of her presence.
I'm pretty sure I just heard her
since.
bork again.
Heidelin instructed you to carry that flower, yes? Twill be your guide. Test and
I forgot
proof
I
of
gave
your
her very
conviction.
green eyes.
And then something about seeking joy in darkness, was it? Come to think of it,
Oh gosh.
isn't that what happened with Nidana back in Radsat Han?
It will be okay if it's not. It'll be fine.
The flower did seem to radiate a joyful glow.
It will
As
be
if
appreciated if it is, but it'll be
reflecting
fine if
the
it's not.
elation we all felt. The relief of a people with renewed
I do
hope.
wish emotes weren't character specific. I wish emotes were account wide.
Indeed. And in turn,
I think that would make me
enjoyed
feel better
that
about
radiance.
buying things like that
Was
if they
akin
were
to
account
spotting
all
a
account
beacon
wide.
and knowing we were
But-
on the right path.
Mog Station
I
is
know
where
we've
they
not
make
yet
most of their money.
triumphed over the Tloforoy.
They profit off them role
I
players.
learned the full breadth of the Forum's plans. But even within the midst of our struggles, we find small moments of joy to sustain us. Rare and hard-won, perhaps, but it is this pursuit of happiness that gives us the strength to
Mounts I
carry
feel
on
better
day
about.
after
Mounts are
day.
usually account wide. And they're pretty cool. Orban did not bark. Oh, then what did I hear? I thought I heard a bork.
Hey, that's mine.
To the swift the spoils. Though I recall that levitation spell of yours was quick enough.
Only barely. And even at my best, I'm still too slow to wield it effectively in battle. Mayhap I simply require more practice with this new magic.
You unearthed it from the depths of Numenon, I presume.
Aye, and from a veritable mountain of arcane tomes at that. 'Twas necessary to facilitate my solitary explorations.
Or, to put it simply, you used it to sneak around the Forbidden Archives.
That is a huge burger.
Yes, well...
He's gonna steal that cookie, isn't he? Oh, no, she's handing it to him. Borger.
They're tall, you see. The shelves, they're too tall for me. And I could hardly move the library's platforms without attracting
Oh,
attention.
I love
How could I?
this. Poor little short king, Graha. I love how lighthearted they're starting this expansion. Like, this feels like the lightest-hearted start we've ever gotten. Other than A Realm Reborn. Like, the end of the world is coming, obviously, but, like, I feel like we're getting a lot more humor and, like, camaraderie around here. We're pushing on until dawn.
I'm not that ambitious. But 'tis pleasant to idle away the hours every once
Oh,
in a while.
Graha is so innocent. I love that he retained his humanity despite everything that's happened to him. That he has stayed sane. Because in the real world, like, that would leave you with some serious mental health issues. Speaking of mental health issues, here's Xenos.
Ah! Enjoying the bracing cold, I see. Do you not own a warm coat or a cloak? Something in fur? Or fashioned from the skins of your enemies? Or... well...
Ooh, how are you enjoying
Never mind.
SMT3, by the way? Is this
I
your
come
first
to you
time
once
playing,
more as
or
the
you played it
bearer
before?
of bad news. Our tower in Thavnir has been toppled, and I need not tell you by whom.
Nice. It's sitting in my backlog over
Given
here,
how many we have at our disposal,
both on Switch and
the loss of a
PS2.
single spire is hardly fatal to our plans. It does, however, slow the rate at which we siphon ether. If they continue to preoccupy themselves with the towers, then all will be well. But should our foe prove bold enough to strike at us here, then the timing becomes...
Yes. One more god defeated.
Our foe is bold enough. Of that, I can assure you.
Even though those aren't technically the lyrics.
Yes, very well then. I suppose I must prepare a proper welcome. Honestly, talk of your nemesis is the only thing you seem to enjoy. Does nothing else spark your interest?
No. All else is... equal. Equally tedious. Equally disappointing. The world is a tepid bog into which we sink, too weak to thrash as the mud clings to our eyes and fills our throats till we blissfully choke. But then came the light, blinding and pure and hot, so very hot.
Yeah, that guy Xenos thinks we're
enough to
hot.
set
Oh my
my soul
god.
aflame. I basked in the afterglow until the void yawned once more. And then I knew the muck would never claim me again. There was naught for me ahead, so I drew the curtain on all that had come before.
Hello, Dino. How do you do?
Burn. Burn. Let the whole star burn. I will have my contest. I will reclaim my moment.
Xenos isn't dumb. He's just very mentally unwell.
How
raised the way he
The
was.
emptiness of death has not dissuaded you from committing your
I'm doing
life to
good.
its pursuit once more.
Slowly making my way through the new expansion.
I don't know whether to envy you or pity you.
You question my disinterest, but what of yours? Despite your noisome antics, I sense you take little pleasure in this endeavor.
Mercy, my lord. Such pointed barbs from one who barely acknowledges my existence. Nevertheless, you are mistaken. For I do find this part somewhat enjoyable. You see, when I was mortal, I would always have the same dream. It was a fragmented thing.
Have you been enjoying the new Pokemon, Dino?
The faces incomplete. The setting too was unknown to me. So I thought it simply a fantasy of
Also,
my
hopefully my volumes are at good levels. I know sometimes the cutscenes cut out over the voice a bit.
until one day, I realized it was showing me the truth. Much as your dream of the final days enlightened you. And soon, very soon, the rest of the world will see the truth of my dream, too.
What if in the next expansion we get Garleans as a playable race?
I think that is something...
I mean, I have no idea what's going to happen to Endwalker. Oh, nice. Sounds good, but I'm leaning the mic a bit. That's fair. That's probably helping a little, unless I'm peeking. A Disney team. What does a Disney team mean? Also, I've recently redone my character, Dino. So this is Professor Thick Buns now. Still not getting weapons up above my current light level. Then again, I had like some of the pinnacle weapons of the last like expansion. So in theory, it should carry me the rest. Donald, Pumbaa, and Spoiler. No, yeah. Leaning in. Okay, gotcha. Loud and fuzzy. Don't be loud and fuzzy. Got it. I will avoid doing that entirely then.
Who's ready to cream?
Who's ready to cream? Hello, Hurt. I did it instinctually thinking it was about to be Cody again. Yeah, I'm watching it peak. If I go down like this, it does. Oh, it peaks a lot when I'm down close like that. Okay, got it. Alright, so if I say here, it's fine. I 100% thought it was Cody. If I hear that sound, I'm now conditioned to think Cody is here. Because, like, that's what he does. But also...
Oh, yes, Daddy.
We love that button. Look at the stadium as it happens. I'm going to try and speak to Scholark. Scholark.
It was at this moment that he knew.
Fucked up.
He fucked up.
So, I've just realized... Also, thank you for the bits, by the way, Hurt. Thank you very much. I don't know what that audio is actually from. Because at this very moment, he knew he fucked up. Turns out... So, okay. Back up one. I know Donald is Quaxley. Pumbaa is Lechonk. And I'm guessing Spoiler is something I can't know yet. Fuckable Primals button. Look. All that'll happen is we'll talk about Bismarck. That's the only thing that'll happen. Turns out, he comes to see us following the hearing. Only to find out that we'd already... Yeah, it's fully... Yeah, it's definitely way too much of me, like, sitting way up. So I need to stop leaning into it. Yeah, unless you've seen the decks or don't care. I want to care. Every part of me wants to care, Dino. And the game looks fun. It just also looks like such a buggy mess. Ooh. I'm kind of waiting a little bit to see if they patch out some of the problems so that I can enjoy the game without a lot of the issues. It's just I'm so tired of the Pokemon Company giving us the bare minimum effort. Also, thank you for clipping me screaming. Are you ready to cream? On light, it looks better. That's so weird. So does it look better in handheld than docked? I want to know why. Because, like, Xenoblade 3 looks phenomenal. Xenoblade 1 honestly looks phenomenal. And Xenoblade 1 was a Wii game originally that they up-res and did some extras to. Why does Pokemon have to look so shit? It is literally the largest franchise on Earth. And that's not like a, hyperbole or anything. They are the highest grossing franchise of a single product that exists. Yeah, here's the thing. If I saw Xenoblade 3 and it had some frame loss, I'd be like, you know what? This game looks beautiful. The Switch is a little old. That makes sense. It's doing more than the Switch should be able to handle. Pokemon doesn't look like a game that should run like shit. Yeah, like, GameCube games, like, they need to go for it, like, I don't think they need to look hyper-realistic. They don't need to look like Xenoblade 3. But, like, the games don't look good and run like shit. And I don't understand that. They have the money. They don't want to take the time. You're right, they really should chill and shoving a game out every year. Like, they just keep pushing games out that are not good. And they just... fans eat it up. And it keeps surviving somehow that way. And it sucks because honestly the gameplay of this game looks amazing. Everything I've seen of it looks like one of the best gameplay games for Pokemon in years. I just wonder what would happen if they instead gave themselves the time and said, let's take 2 years out. Yeah, background characters shouldn't be stuttering in their walk cycle. Like, SMT5 had some performance issues. Legitimately. Like, I really enjoyed SMT5, but it had some performance issues, but they limited the way they at least optimized. It only was limited to things in the far render distance, slowed down their speed. Once you got close to them, they were fine. And it was a problem. But overall, the game looked fine while you were playing it and ran fine. X and Y rushed, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon rushed, Scarlet and Violet rushed. Yeah. Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon didn't need to exist, honestly. Like, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon are the ultimate example of we need to put something out. Like, we need to just make a game. Like, those... Like, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon feel like the most we wanted to put a game. Actually, even more so than that, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl felt like, oh yeah, we should remake Diamond and Pearl, shouldn't we? Yeah, I guess we should. Like, they're not bad at all. I played most of Diamond, but like, it felt the most like we made it because, we gotta have a game. Like, SMT5 had problems, but it felt like a game that had love in it. Diamond and Pearl, of the two that I can point at, even though they were made by an outside company, felt the most like we needed to make a Pokemon game. Killed all the excitement I had for those two, because it feels like, what's the point of getting a game if a remake or whatever? See, I don't mind that if they do like I hate they did the split. Like, Black and White 2 were phenomenal. They were actually a major improvement on regular Black and White. See, I don't remember X and Y not being finished, but I enjoyed X and Y. X and Y to me still felt good. They pushed themselves on the 3DS. It was the first 3D Pokemon. They did a good job. X and Y had problems, but still felt good. The way SMD dealt with their problems was, if the group was close to you, it was the third 3D model, and this was 2D-ish models. Yeah. Do Twitch streamers for Pokemon. I enjoyed X and Y, like truly. Like I would not go back to them and like, oh, these are the best games ever. But like, they were a really fun game, but they were very short. Yeah, Black and White. Black and White was the last time outside of Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire I remember being truly excited for a Pokemon game fully. Where like, and I was really like, I have my copy of Sapphire somewhere over here, and same for Ruby. Like I have both my copies somewhere in the stuff box beside me. But like, those were phenomenal. I think Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire is where they peaked as game making. I enjoyed Sun and Moon. I thought they had a lot of neat ideas in Sun and Moon. They're definitely, again, not my favorites, but yeah, that's fair. The Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon is what they should have been. I do wish they had done more. I wish they had stopped moving to other gimmicks and just stuck with Mega Evolution. Mega Evolution was such a good gimmick and made sense. Everything else feels like they're just reaching for a new thing. One of you stolen the others. Well, perfect time to pay him a visit. Care to join me? Okay, here's the thing. I love regional forms. Genuinely, I love regional forms because it makes sense. Different animals evolve differently based on where they are located, but we'd still call them the same thing. Like, that makes sense. They would adapt slightly differently based on where they're living. And it keeps us from having, Pokemon that are just a pile of trash. No, well, they didn't need to replace Mega Evolutions. You could have regional forms and Mega Evolutions. Really, Pokemon Tropical cards. Vaguely. Isn't that where they had the first, like, Alolan, like, they had the long neck, Executor? Wasn't that a thing? Because these are the ones that were based off of the, like, those were the ones that were off the Orange Island things, right? Yeah, I remember these. Namely, I remember Tentacruel right over here. I remember that art of Tentacruel. Wait, really? Huh. I'm guessing that's it with the giant fin. See, I just assumed that was kind of a thing, like, going back, they were like, hey, we did this thing. I guess we should do something with that. Like, they're watching back to the old anime. I knew the giant Dragonite, because that's the, that's the one where they're at the, lighthouse. Yeah. That's done. They made him tiny in the movie. I don't remember that they made him tiny in the movie. When's it be coming to? Assuming Alphino can tear himself away from his new toys. I'll let you route the troops while I go ahead to the phenomena. I consider my recent impropriety. Should avoid showing my face around the stadium for a while. Wait for the best. Return. Tell them we will not be long. Oh, I thought, okay. I thought you meant there was a movie where they remade that scene. I figured that was supposed to be like a special Dragonite, like a rare Dragonite, because at the end of the day, the anime did a lot of weird shit. And for Stroll. Also, Pokemon is not one for consistency, let's be fair. They do a lot of weird shit. Wait, did it really? Oh, huh. I don't remember this in the slightest. Oh, but this is Orange Islands, because what's-his-face is still here. Terry, I think is his name, the guy that drew everything. Gave us pink Pokemon. Exclusive to that. I feel like that's like the closest thing to the pink Pokemon exclusive to an island is going to be the ones. No worries, Hurt. Thank you for trying, truly. But it is completely fine. You know what? Here, I will for your where's Mog Station? I shall go acquire some tea drinking. Maybe, if I can find it. Oh my god, the deride emote. I love the deride as well. Do they have a search feature? I don't have a search feature. Nah, I don't have an emote for a reason. Or donations for a reason. They have a Lechonk? Oh my goodness. Professor Thick Buns. I have to go through like 5 logins to do anything here. Always has bothered me. Doing this all on my other monitor so you guys can't see anything. Alright, it has been done. And my personal data is safe. It will show up in a mail soon. Best Piggy. I do love Lechonk. Self was here. In that case, what are we waiting for? I'm eager to see him, although I'm somewhat dread the thought of visiting the stadium. Dare say our notoriety precedes us. I often know, of all people worrying about over his reputation. Their alma mater, no less. Wonders never cease. You'll understand soon enough. Off we go. Oh. Ah. On guard. Wait, I wonder. Oh, I need to be closer. What armor is that? Ah, it's for Summoner. To me, it's a case of they went back and said, what could we, like, we need ideas. We did this in the anime, let's give it a reason. In addition for not being able to keep my laptop from going screensaver during cutscenes. Hot damn. Zervan worshiper. I love it. Well, to be fair, shinies were in 2nd gen. We got shinies, and I'm gonna keep running through with some story. Cause like we had shinies in in gold and silver. I really think what they've done is they've gone back and said, we did that in the anime. I guess let's try and make that a mechanic, you know? It feels like that, at least. What? Oh, I got a mail. Hold up. I'm gonna do a quick aside. Where do we need to go for this? Where's the mail Moogle here? He's down by Scholar's Harbor. Oh, can you... That's fun. I really wish that they would add some more customization so you could not be a child. That's like, I think what I want most out of Pokemon as well, is I would love for my character to not look like a child. Shiny Hunter Blank. I love that. Is it special? Drink tea, there it is. Perfect. I can now properly judge people. Yes! The tea drinking has begun. As we sit here and sip tea, and Hawk is somewhere probably sipping actual tea. Alright, so now I need to go here to the stadium. Drinking beer. Ooh, flapjacks. What kind of tea is flapjacks? I leaned into my mic. I don't need to do that. Here it is. Phenomenon. Phenomenon. I expect you've made note of it before. One... Oh, hold on a second. Hold on a second. What'd you say, my love? What, love? I have nothing. Echo. Excuse me, Oreo. No, I brought food in here. I have a whole thing of your food. Okay. It was a thick tea, very viscous. Like thick syrup on pancakes, but the flavor was lackluster. Good texture and mouthfeel, but no distinct notes. Ah, that's a shame. I think I've ever had like a thick tea that I can think of. Attended by the expansive auditoriums, it also housed numerous laboratories, testing grounds, and experimental magics, a host of administrative offices, and so forth. The center would become the stadium. It was well established to promote the study of aethological phenomena. It's the name. Yeah, it's so dark out right now. Like, it's only 7, but like, it looks dark. And then in our 432nd year of the 6th Astral Era, it was decreed complete. The stadium officially opened as a place of learning. A long and storied history, it left without question the world's leading authority in aetherology, the arcane, the occult, astronomy, and countless other fields, standing proud as Charlene's foremost educational institute. Let's enjoy giving the grand tour to new students. Who lost track of how many times he has recited the same foppish speech, such as his underlying love of his old stamping ground. I love that they're like 16, or like 18 now, and talking about this place like they went here, like, I guess they grew up here, but talking about it as though, like, you know, 20 years ago they were here in college. That feeling of getting tired, getting worse is really starting to fuck me over lately. Have you been getting any better sleep lately now that you have your headphones and are able to like isolate a bit more, or are you still having a lot of trouble sleeping? Yeah, being down to 20 would hit hard. It's got warmer today. Today it's 51. The last few days it's been like 30, 40. Today it was 50, but it's getting cold at night. Top form back then. Youngest in the stadium, graduated with highest honors in magical arts and aetherology, undisputed champion of the debating chamber. Well, you both joined stadium at the same age, yes? I stand, you're both equally prodigious scholars. Nice of you to say, but Alphino actually entered half a year before me. Nor did I do well enough to graduate with honors. I'm certainly not the stadium's most notorious master debater. Master debater. Then yet, I don't really want to be waking up to an alarm right in my ears. That's fair. That's very fair. Can you set like an alarm so that like it slowly gets louder? So like it starts off with something low and then just kind of like brings up the music, fades it in. Respects, have I ever been in a shadow? Nothing else, just remember that this is where the legend of Alphino Leviar began. We should expect everyone to be fully aware of our recent escapades. Hopefully we'll be somewhat more welcome here than we were at the last stand. I've had to change mine up again. Every so often I have to change my alarm because I just start sleeping through it. Better than anyone, the adoration of the student body has for Alphino. Better luck, it might work to our advantage. Time like the present. First things first. See what the Scholark month to change. The other facility tend to be frequent with their offices. Fortunately for us, he's fond of wandering more so over his whims take him. No, but ask the students if they've seen him. I have no clue use the alarm app from Tingle. Also, I will say that, or from Apple, I was in Tingle. I will say, I did not realize when I was I made my this character on my laptop and did not realize how dark of a skin tone I was choosing because of the difference in the monitors from Tingle. I genuinely don't know where the word tingle came from at all. I could not tell you in the slightest. It was Alphino Leviar, wasn't it? The Alphino Leviar. And he's with his sister, Master Baldazian's granddaughter. Only mean one thing. Or his sister and Master Baldazian's granddaughter. One thing. An event of epoch-shattering proportions is fast approaching. Spread the word. Zelda. That would be a good place to bring in Tingle, but I don't know where it entered my words. Oh, did you get things worked out, by the way, Killy? Are you off Thanksgiving? And then he's on the minute, still soaking. Oh, sorry, you said you're looking for the scholar. Yep, knowing him, he could be anywhere. Miss Alithop should have a better idea. Tingle is the little elf dude, yeah. He's the little guy, well, no, he's not an elf. He's a man who says he's an elf. And wears a green unitard. And flies around in a balloon, saying that his fairy never came to him, and that one day his fairy is going to show up, and he will be the elf he was born to be. It's true. No, it is good. It was just one of those I noticed, like, oh, this is like a few shades darker than I thought I was going to be. Calypso. Especially that, like looking down the sword. Get him a black mage. Stare down the spear. Dark Knight. There we go. Oh wait, hold up. Hold up. I know the class I would need to be. We're talking Pirates of the Caribbean. Gunbreaker would be good, actually, but more pertinent would be... What the fuck is it? Ah, there it is. It's literally right above me. Machinist. Get out a fucking gun. This is a fairy. That's what Tingle is. Yeah, I would love a pirate class where we have a gun and a sword. I think it'd be really fun. I'd also be a dancer. I feel like dancer fits really well. It's basically what the Vieira, like, you know, Vieira came into the game with dancer. I mean, it was the, you know, it would be the one class we haven't gotten in a while. We've gotten a new physical DPS, we got a new magical DPS from Red Mage. We haven't gotten a ranged DPS since Machinist. So they kind of cycled. They did, you know, a physical and a magic at the same time. We just got another physical. Ooh, Sky Pirates would be dope. Again, I think... I'd mentioned before, for people that weren't here, I think a pirate class would be cool if it was like a gun and a saber, and it was like the reverse of Red Mage. So Red Mage is cast spells, dash into a melee combo, dash out, cast more spells. Instead, it's a fight with your sword, dash out, shoot your gun, dash back in, stab some more. Or just stay close the entire time. Or have like a stance switch between ranged and melee. Oh, they're doing more original jobs, really. So far, like, every job has been tied to something from like, you know, one of the games, except for Reaper. I don't think Reaper has ever been a class in any of the other games. Reaper might have been a job in Tactics, but I don't know. Well, wandering in the streets, perhaps. Wait, don't tell me. You're a trainee gleaner fresh off the guild ship. I'm right, aren't I? Oh, silly of me. An orientation is in order. Allow me to bid you a warm welcome to Searcher's Meet. Start with the question, what's the most important thing you'll find in the stadium? That's right, books. What's the second most important? That's simple. Everything else. Reveal 14 original. Got it. Is based off Necromancer. Okay, that makes more sense then. Because Necromancer has been a very, very requested class. Is those Beastmaster? I think Beastmaster is another one that we've probably heard a lot. I've seen float around a lot. Like a Beastmaster style class would be fun. It'd be kind of cool if they did a Beastmaster where it was a ranged physical DPS summoner that you summon beasts to attack for you. I think that would be really fun. It would basically just be a physical summoner, but, you know, different. Second most important of everything else. My deal here in Searchers Meet. Whenever the students or tutors find themselves in need of equipment or materials, they come to us. We don't have it in our stores, we'll send the gleaners off to find it. See, I think that would be neat. Having it as a limited job, I think if they did more limited jobs, it would be kind of neat. But I know the community at large probably doesn't want that. Honestly, you wouldn't believe some of the quests we get. Eye of Piazza, this, Tongue of Giant Toad, that. Like, it's enough to make your hair stand up on end. Possibly what some of our students are trying to accomplish. This being the School of Magic and all. Sounds good, Dino. Enjoy some wrestling. I'm pretty sure AW is one. That's like the one like under WWE, right? The other one that is pretty popular, if I remember correctly. Nah, people are pissed about it. I think if there were more limited jobs, it would be better. Like if we had like 3 limited jobs to switch between, you could all do like limited activities. I think it'd be really fun. Newest Gleaner, you'll have to work cut out for you, but I think it'll be quite rewarding. I like Blue Mage, and when I was playing more, I was trying to keep up with it some. I need to go back and do more with Blue Mage. I really like it. I would rather have 2 new jobs and 1 limited, let's be fair. But I would rather have 1 really good design job and a fun limited job than 2 half-baked jobs added in. Leading this information to the scholar's whereabouts. Tracked down many miscellaneous knickknacks in my life, but I'm no gleaner. So what you're telling me is you're not a gleaner. Yes, that's exactly what you said, isn't it? And you're looking for the Scholar Arc. I'm afraid we don't have any of those in stock. But I can... Oh, you mean him! See, I think the problem isn't I don't think Blue's that ignored. A lot of people have done it. They have an entire mount for you to search for, like from doing Blue Mage. Like, Blue Mage has things to do in it. It just requires you to seek it a little bit. I think they need to add in more things you can do with Blue Mage. Specifically, more mounts you can acquire from doing Blue Mage content. Was here, but now he's not. Did speak with him shortly before you arrived, though. He was on his way to Maker's Meet. Look the way he came in, and you'll see it on the opposite side of the entrance. Laboratory of sorts. Many rare and expensive curios. Mention alarmingly frequent accidents. Lose your way, just follow the blood-curdling screams. But in time it's taking me to tell you this, Scholar's probably already left. Best of luck finding him. I have a feeling you'll need it. I think just adding more mounts you could earn with Blue Mage would go a long way. I will say making one of them tied to raids, so you have to find 7 other Blue Mages to do everything with, makes it a little bit harder. But I have some, like, I've seen people go off on Blue Mage heavily. It's a lot of fun. It was here a short while ago. Give me advice on my current research project. We spoke at length. I don't recall him mentioning where he was planning to go next. We parted ways. Went down the corridor. Perhaps to one of the auditoriums? Like, I don't know where my Blue Mage is on this character. Gear set. Oh, only level 50. I think I only did the first wave of Blue Mage. I never played it after they released more stuff for it. I just love that I can bad breath. Did I get rid of 1,000 Needles? Oh, there it is. It takes so long to cast 1,000 Needles. Hell yeah. I like the idea of things to pursue with Blue Mage. I would love to eventually get the Orbital Mount. Found him.
Ah, I remember you.
Hold on just a second. I need to give the dogs their food. Now I'm back. Alright, dogs are fed. I find Finn's extremely funny. Also, in this, I'm confused. Or I missed a statement.
I pray we have not caught you at an inopportune moment. We wanted to offer our thanks for your kind words in the forum.
I do enjoy this, like, roundabout searching for this kind of crazed teacher.
Well, I could hardly let that Inquisition go unchallenged. I've always believed that curiosity should be nurtured, not stifled. Thankfully, a majority of my colleagues agreed. A slender majority, aye, but a majority nonetheless.
Had the vote not gone our way, we would be having a very different conversation, if any at all. Though I'd like to think you would have not given up on our cause. I'm told you paid a visit to the Annex afterwards.
Yes, that's
Wait,
right.
but you can change the UI all you want.
I was hoping to speak with the grandchildren of my dearly departed friends Galuf and Louisoix in a less dour setting. But it seems I just missed you. I still can't believe how much you've grown. If only your grandsires could have seen the way you presented yourselves to the Forum. Why, it fair brought a tear to my own eye. You must have the patience of a saint, putting up with this lot and their antics. Never mind Matoya's prize student.
Oh, those are the exact issues.
Luckily, I know a thing or two about managing unruly younglings. If you ever need advice, don't hesitate to ask.
Huh. I think I've never noticed that, but maybe I'm just not playing at a high enough level to hear or notice that certain timers aren't showing.
There is a rather more pressing matter we wish to discuss. What can you tell us of this duty that the Forum must fulfill?
Nothing, I'm afraid. Like all humble servants of the Forum, I am sworn to secrecy.
Wouldn't you flirt with me if you saw me walking around? Don't notice that you play Savage. Got it, okay.
I couldn't tell you if
Then
I
I'll never
tried.
notice.
Our duty is of the gravest importance.
Like, look at thick buns.
Furthermore, if the particulars
Everyone's
were
got
made
with that.
public, it would incite widespread panic. As such, those entrusted with this duty have been bound by an enchantment, which prevents us from speaking of such matters.
That's why that guy choked. Okay.
How is that even
Also,
possible?
I think that was more of like a knowing wink or like a joking wink, like a granddad joke.
It's been some time since I last gave a lecture. Please, take a seat.
Those change people when install some certain devices to make the UI better. Ah, gotcha. Straight up creation magic.
We shall begin by reviewing the fundamentals of etherology.
I love that we're just getting a class now.
The ether, which imbues us with life, can be categorized into 3 forms. 2 are of the incorporeal sort, the soul, and the memory. Can anyone tell me the third?
Corporeal ether? Incorporeal, like physical form?
Yes, very good.
The part of me want to say magic.
This is the form with which the layman is most familiar. Consumed by even the simplest of daily activities, and replenished by the food and drink that sustain us, this form of ether is in constant flux. In contrast, the ether that comprises the soul is rarely subject to dramatic change. The same can be said for memory, as the two are intrinsically linked.
Also, I know for years they've been pretty like, especially for like parsers and UI mods.
Picture the soul as paper, and memories as words written upon it. Now, what would happen if that paper was doused
I
with
love
ink?
that.
The same type of ether as comprises the memories.
It'd just be black. Also, that he's just doing this with magic because he can.
It would blot out everything that was written.
Precisely. We would be unable to recall the memories, and any activities that depend upon them would be hindered.
Oh,
as
so
well.
is it going to go into tempering?
In fact, this exact phenomenon was observed on a vast scale not so long ago. And what might that have been?
The 7th Umbral Calamity. The people of Eorzea vividly recall Bahamut breaking free of the Lesser Moon and raining hellfire down upon the realm. But no one could seem to remember the events that followed immediately afterwards.
Indeed. To this day, we have yet to determine whether it was an unintended consequence or a deliberate act. The enchantment which binds me and the rest of the Forum is based on a similar principle. And yes, it is a contravention of the Sharlayan prohibition against the practice of memory manipulation. Only when a new member is inducted and told of our great duty are they subjected to the process. A necessary evil. You have my word that it would never be used to manipulate the populace.
How can we believe that?
I should hope not. But can this enchantment be dispelled and your memories restored?
If 9/10 of our members give their approval, then the process may be reversed. Then, and only then, would we be able to speak freely to others of our
9
sacred
tenths.
duty.
Holy shit.
Barring that, we must wait until we return
Wait.
to the ethereal sea.
What are they like? What are Scooby snacks?
For there we will be purified, the blots upon our souls washed
They're like
clean.
graham crackers. Shit, those look good. Like a cinnamon graham cracker. I don't.
And our memories drift apart and dissolve, rather defeating the purpose, I suppose. But there are those memories that are indelibly etched upon our souls, some believe.
I don't know what Scooby snacks are.
What happens after that?
We are reduced to pure ether, coalesce with that of others, and create souls anew. Alternative schools of thought assert souls remain whole and return to the corporeal world, reborn into another
I'm
form.
apparently very...
Both theories have their proponents.
Yes, if not,
Personally,
if not
I
before that, if I
consider
go out, I
each
might have to pick some up,
equally
because that
probable.
sounds amazing. A cinnamon graham cracker.
Well, I think that's enough education for today. Now that I've given you some food for thought, or rather, an entire banquet.
I love this guy's showmanship so much.
I would remind you that although I'm unable to assist you with certain matters, the resources at my disposal may still
I
give
can't
you.
tell you what I'm doing, but I can put it out.
I'll arrange for you all to be given the run of Phenomenon. Of course, as associate to our alumni and the students of Baldessian, this privilege is extended to you
I don't
as well.
think I have. They don't look familiar. There's a chance that I've like had them
Oh, and I suggest
like
you
at
speak
some
with
point
Key Aliapo.
like been
She's well
handed
known
them
among
and just
the
completely
artisans of
forgotten.
Sharlayan,
But they
and
ring
her
no
network
bells.
of contacts may prove useful in your search for knowledge. I wish you all the best in your pursuits, wheresoever they may take you.
I've had Teddy Grahams, yeah. I know what Teddy Grahams are. I'm not a barbarian. All the time. You're a gang. I have to like put your artistry to good use. Oh, is this a crafting area? It is a crafting area. Not that uncultured. Means snack education. Look. Wasn't it you that didn't remember Dunkaroos? I guess you hadn't had Dunkaroos at least. Snackication. And jump on the tables. Reminds me, I have more Dunkaroos. I have so many fucking... I've been making my way. I think I'm about halfway through my giant box of Dunkaroos. Honestly, Killy, that would make sense. You're like just enough younger than us that you probably miss Dunkaroos. Or would have been too young to remember Dunkaroos. I was feeling familiar, that's what I thought. Like, they were very much a, like, Oh no, they came back. They brought Dunkaroos back. So, they stopped making them like late 90s, early 2000s, and then brought them back like a year or two ago. Let's see. Let me see if I can find. Let's see. It was discontinued in 2012. Oh, I thought they were discontinued before 2012. So never mind, you might have, but they were very much in 90s things. Like, I didn't know they were still making them in 2012. I thought they had left way before that. February 2022. They're very much a nostalgia thing. Like, truthfully, they're good, but they're very much a nostalgia thing. Like, I think I wouldn't enjoy them nearly as much if I had like had them for the first time now. Cause like that's what they used to look like. They used to be like little kangaroos. They're definitely a bit different than they used to be, but they still taste the same overall, from what I remember. They used to be like little kangaroos that Dick put in. We got them I remember getting them very occasionally. Like, they very much were a treat if we had Dunkaroos. But, like, they were very much a 90s thing. I genuinely didn't know they kept making them into the 2000s, like, at all. It feels as though we're one step closer to understanding the form's true motives, and the mysteries of its life itself, for good measure. It's funny, I came with the intent of expressing my gratitude, only to leave more indebted than before. I have a feeling his friendship and support would be a great boon to us in the days coming. But let's head back to the annex. Perhaps on the way, you could better acquaint yourself with Quia Alifo, as the Skull suggested, while I share our findings with Raha. Alright, we're now going to take a full aside to do some botany. Or do some mining. I feel like I have a hair in my mouth. Oh gosh. Truly a cursed existence. No, not actually. I'll do my mining and botany on my own at some point. Mining and botany is something that I do, like gathering, I love doing. But it is the most head-empty, mindless task that I like to do. Actually, back when I was in a D&D campaign with Killy that Asher was running, I would often be mining or gathering in 14 while I was playing. It was my, like, head-empty, mindless activity with my hands. Like, it was like, that was my mind, like, so I could stop at any given point and pay attention to the campaign and pay attention to what I need. Like, well, I wasn't paying attention, but I could fully, like, you know, look at the map and do things. But I would often just mine away and, you know, be listening. I'd have my, the way I had my 3 monitors, I had 14, I had my map and character sheet, and then I had my notes. And so I would just be pressing 1 and gathering trees while yelling as a giant lion man. Notes? What are those? I tried to keep notes of like the basic things I need to keep going around. I don't know where they are now. They're probably backed up on, I think, my backup drive, because I don't think I moved them over to my new PC. I think I did, but they should have moved over, but I don't actually know. Worst case, they're on my drive, so I backed up everything. But a lot of my notes are like bullet point things and names and like simple things that I'll be able, like, they might be, you know, ununderstandable to someone else. Like, we have a notepad. Like some of my Death Watch notes are just like, was human captured, experimented on by Majos? This isn't even the right, like, I misspelled Inquisitors horribly. Judge. Gains datapad. Dazak is doing the chaos ritual himself. Wow, there's a lot of typos in here. Learn to deal with Dazak the sorcerer. It enacts ritual with latent psychers and humans. Why they wanted to perfect the soul battery. Hadn't perfected the process. Heavily relied on Dazak. That guy that tried to summon demons and failed. Man of many faces. I wrote that down because we kept getting different names from him. Oh, these were all the titles they gave him. That's what that was. There's one note in here that I really like. That's one of my favorites. That's so dumb. Wilk. Oh yeah, just he named someone Wilk, and I'm like, I'm keeping that name. Frederick H. Bandersnatch goes forward to announce us. It adds nothing to us, but that was the name. Like, I'm keeping that name. If he dies, I want to know when Bandersnatch dies. Big notes. It was so rough having to swap between so many things for me with one screen, let alone trying to pay attention while Brian and Kyle are fucking around. Yeah, that does make things very hard. I, for a long time, kept all my notes on my iPad, and I would write with the Apple Pen. And that's how I was keeping my notes, but then that became difficult, and it was easier for me just to switch between a notepad article. But it's also why I have fucking 3 monitors at this point, because it's easier for me to manage my shit on 3 monitors. Because I'm extra as fuck. Next, why do you hear your trip to the studium proved most educational? On your way, I received word from our fellow scions. As expected, news of the warding scales was met with much joy. Preparations are now underway to bring the leadership of the Grand Company of Eorzea and the Eastern Alliance together to determine a way forward. Friends have asked that we bring scales in our possession to Limsa Lominsa. Time's come for us to go on the offensive. Really say for sure, certain, but it does seem to be the way the winds are blowing. I, for one, think of no reason to oppose such a plan. Let's see what awaits us in Valenbrand. Start by getting scales out of the storage. Give me a hand, would you, Westinian? Other than Astinian, like everyone else has had multiple costume changes, Astinian just took off his helmet. Hold on just a second. I hear why. die of you. Oh, goodness. These crates were so heavy. But yeah, every other character's had multiple costume change, most of them at least, had a couple costume changes. Except Justinian just took off his helmet. He's like, that's enough. That's part of why the joke is that he's such a stinky, unwashed man. Shouldn't complain, though. Patra and the alchemists of the great work put their heart and soul into each and every one of these scales. We must treat them with utmost care. You're not coming with us? I have to escape the former's watchful gaze. I have little choice but to stay behind. We're in thin ice. I, in my capacity as our official representative, were found to be consorting with foreign powers. Well, you can imagine how that would go. I shall remain here and do my utmost to avoid ruffling any more feathers, as I await word from Master Matoya and our other allies. But we'll soon have good news of our own to share. I was about to turn. I can feel it. To Limsa Lominsa. And now we sip some tea at Krile. Then we run off. Assert dominance by drinking tea. Drinking tea and looking down at someone specifically. Where's someone I can single out over here in RP town? It's like, it's the perfect T-posing. Now I drink tea at them. And now to do my favorite thing. Pickpocket. I love going into the RP areas and just doing that pickpocket. I didn't chase. A lot of times I'll get someone to chase me. I don't expect you. As you may or may not be aware, the Admiral is present, entertaining the Elder Seedster and her Sultana. Powerful women of the world in one room. In a moment of repair, let's show you to them. Just another powerful woman entering the room. Apologies for carrying you away from Charlayan at such a short notice. I don't know how I've just now realized that literally all three of the major nations, like the three, original Alliance members are all headed by women. Like all three of them. We'd love to see it. Hateful. Pleasantly surprised to be joined by such esteemed company. Right, the discussion be contacted in person. Hello, Era. I am doing well. Making my way through the story. Enjoying my change to Vieira. Decision be conducted in person. We love to simp it. I mean, see it. Under war of attrition, our forces strove to contain the threat posed by the tower. It's only a matter of time before we were overwhelmed. Only be claimed through decisive action. We've yet taken the initiative to set the wheels in motion. We're to learn that we are all in accord. all in a Honda. That's what your plan entails. Hinges entirely on the warding scales and our ability to utilize their potential to the fullest. During your time in Charlayan, allied nations have been engaged on separate fronts, with no end in sight. Matters worse, a surge in abductions of kobolds, Sahuagin and Ixal, and Atenna, given rise to an increasing number of primals. Crime from Razat Han has given us hope once more. Time has come to free ourselves of this menace. It is you, the Signs of the Seventh Dawn, who have shown us the way. Oh, I drank a Fantasia. I have Fantasia'd. While the bulk of our forces will continue to hold Thlefri at bay, dispatch our finest to strike at the enemy's heart, Garlemald. Very few will be from the Ishbald contingent. I think such progress has been made in such a short span. Its objectives are twofold. First is to provide help to the people of Garlemald. Which I put a picture, you'll see it a second when it flips around us, but I put in a picture of it as well in Ren's Discord. Where countless Imperial soldiers and civilians have been tempered, robbed of their free will, serve the Thlefri's every whim without question. The two are victims. It's our duty to deliver them from suffering, not for strategic or political gain, but because it's the right thing to do. As we set aside decades of conflicts and conquest, simply choosing to forgive and forget. We ask that in choosing to remember that we do not also forsake our compassion and morality. Without that, there can be no reconciliation, only death without end. Aye, and on that we can all agree. The second objective is the colossal tower that Thancred and Urianger observed in the capital. Its purpose remains unclear. There is reason to believe smaller spires are merely a precursor of what is yet to come. Though the Tower of Zot was toppled, it doesn't make any headway through the same can be said of Thlefri. Certainly in no rush and press further into our lands. Blades of the Spire's primary purpose is to divide and keep us occupied while they work towards our annihilation. It appear to be substantiated by Ystola's analysis of the tower's influence on ethereal currents. Based on her observations inside the Tower of Zot, spires siphon aether from the land, consuming it to maintain their form. However, they draw forth far more than is required for the task alone. Excess of aether remains unaccounted for. We can be sure it's not being harnessed for our benefit. Wouldn't surprise me. Oh, fuck. When their schemes crashing down along with their internal towers. All well and good. What have you got us to do? There's more than handing over the scales and being on our way. Well, you and your scales to join the Ishbald contingent. It's an official request, both from the Grand Company of Eorzea and the Eastern Alliance. Do you accept? There I am! Very tall, purple, and fishnetted. Perhaps you should be the one to answer that. For honor and glory. And I've put it better myself. Y'shtola, Thancred, and Urianger have already pledged their support, on their way to meet the rest of the contingent. They are positive you would come to the same decision as they did. Luckily for all involved, their prediction was correct. Deliver the warding scales to Alamigo, the contingent will embark on its journey to Ishbald. Raban and Lord Amric are overseeing preparations, so suggest you make yourselves known upon arrival. Pack warm clothing, furs and the like. About it, the cold will do you in before the Thlefri so much as draw steel. As for us, we'll keep the enemy busy while you're gone. We're the only ones who can create a diversion. Now go safe in the knowledge that Eorzea will be as you left it, or better upon your return. Gosh, the music got epic immediately. So question, should I run in like this? Or should I go quickly grab, make a glam up to get some, like, warm wintry clothes? Otherwise, I think this is like the warmest thing I have. Oh my god, wintry clothes. Or I could just, you know, go in as a Playboy bunny. I have something to say about the next session. Also, yes, winter clothes. Perfect. I know what I want then. Is it a content warning? Because I know that I was removed from wish list. Warned of content at some point. It is trigger warning. Okay. Is this the? I remember Rin gave me some very vague things. That was namely, I believe, trigger warning redacted. So I'm trying to think, because I've been told at least of I guess suicidal themes is the best way to put it. There we go. That's warm clothing, right? If I just get the Vieira chest stuff, that's warm clothing, right? Now, where is it? That's all I know. I don't know what the full like what that entails, but I know that is like the basic of it. Alex. Why am I getting yelled Alex for? What am I? So we got some suspenders here with a coat. Where's the... There's one... roughly dress. There's this wooden coat. A hooded leather vest. Urban coat. I love that this is just like... That's gotta be a million gil. Yeah, that's literally a million gil. I want both the urban coat and the rebel coat. Both of those look amazing. There's the Kupo jacket. Craftsman's apron. No, you got me. I love that you have the urban coat. The casual jacket. I do love that they just have stuff that's like, no, this is just like real world things. That makes fair. A gunbreaker makes sense for that. I love the Cape of Happiness. Peace Lover shirt. Yeah, I'm gonna get farther away from that. I'm getting tired of the crafting that was going on right there. We'll have to redo our search. That's fine. Man, a glam that was just my... That's amazing. These like, oh, this is just what I... These are just my... Here's my pajamas. Just straight up. Where is it? Ah, I literally missed it. Oh, these are still... The poncho is still pricey. Yeah, gotta be barefoot. I wish you could go fully barefoot. Like, I wish you didn't have the weird little slippers. Ah, that's fair. They're pretty noticeable on both Viera and Makote. Oh. Wait, how did I miss this coat when I was making my glam earlier? That's just straight up a pirate cloak. I'm saving one of those for later, because that's amazing. Oh, the glacial coat. I like the glacial coat. Oh, and it's nice and cheap, too. Perfect. That's some warm right there. Yeah, it looks very good with tall. Hold up, I need to go back here. I need to get save outfit. Then make sure whatever like legs we choose. Just get the bridesmaids tights. I'm just assuming, honestly, that I have some good pants. I think I have good pants and boots as is. Like, I just needed the, I just needed the coat. Oh, dye. I do, however, need a better dye. Oh, I like that there are glacial boots to go with it. Alright, so we'll get the boots to go with it. Let's see. I need to see what it looks like dyed, so that I can know what dye I want to get for it. I wish I could change the red. Oh, I have the pastel purple. I like the pastel purple, actually, with that coat. Alright, that's what we'll do. We'll pastel purple it. Alright, to the in-womb. In-womb. Good grief. I can't speak words. Although even just the straight blue looks pretty good. Aethernet. No, fuck it. I'm just gonna do this the way I know how to do it. As my headphones were off when the fans were going full blast, I gotta turn off the turn on. Oh no! Hopefully nothing is damaged of any sort. Fire to an end. Both of those in. Made one of these twice. That's the one I made twice. Okay, then. Put the glasses back on it. Just go in a raincoat. Glacial coat. Oh, I didn't get gloves. Oh, there we go. Just some black leather gloves. Okay, good, yeah. You haven't had the game open long, it should be fine. Just had the fishnet still underneath it. I like even the fishnets just because it's ridiculous. I like leaving those white because we have the white and the accents up there. We'll give her proper pants. And that will match the black. It's a very good song. Alright, there we go. We are prepared for the cold weather. So, as mentioned earlier though, trigger warning, or specifically suicide related things. Suicidal themes. Busy bringing down a tower and producing the keys to destroying the rest of them. Be proud. Those warring scales of yours once made this whole venture possible. Will you and Lord Amric be leading this contingent? Hold on a second. Let me go really quick. Perfect. There we go. And a turtle fully rocketed itself in the sheer speed, spinning like a top. There we go. That puts a warning properly up and above. You lead the contingent. I will turn that off once we're past the point. You know, our role is to organize the various delegations of a cohesive unit. Seeing you all off, it's back to our respective posts. Side note, Raban back there, fucking badass. Got his arm chopped off and continued to fight. Here's to neglect our duties for too long. At least our defensive efforts fall into disarray. Just between us, there's a fair amount of opposition to the formation of the Isbald contingent. The very suggestion that we send out some of our finest troops behind enemy lines to render aid unto the Garleans may be rather unpopular in certain quarters. Can't please them all. Sadly not, though I do my best, truth be told. Much rather be at your side, charging into the fray. Alas, I've battles of my own to fight, where words may serve me better than any blade. Oh, is it? Perfect. That makes the tech pop a little bit better. Need to say it. Lord Emmerich struggles me or my own. Time being, best we can offer you is this peace of mind from the knowing Eorze is in safe hands. To fight the good fight in Isbald, I and the other commanders will do what we can to convince the naysayers that our cause is just. Thank you, both of you. We meet again! One of your exploits travels quickly. What I gather, the protective talismans you obtained led to the formation of this expeditionary force. Contribution on this occasion is but a minor one, it being information I have shared with Maxima. For the sake of the people of Garlemund, may your fates be on your side. Gaius was an enemy we fought at one point that has now switched over to our side. Strange, I thought you had a stake in this. And Iceni and Gaius went traveling for a while. I do. Lefri have laid waste to my homeland and enslaved my people. Every mode of my being cries for vengeance. I cannot be the one to deliver it. My presence alone would place the entirety mission in jeopardy. Been accused of murdering Emperor Varys and plunging Garlemund into chaos. If I had to travel with the Isbald contingent, it would give my countrymen ample cause to question our motives. Conversely, those who believe me innocent may instead celebrate the return of the former legatus and attempt to raise me to a position of leadership, further destabilizing the region and complicating the contingent's mission. Whether I am branded a villain or hailed a hero, I would only hinder your efforts. Deliver your people from harm in your stead. We don't want to give him that, like, discouraging, we're not going to be much more welcome. Also, his knives here look like he just has, like, steak knives attached to his stomach. For what it's worth, you have my gratitude. Your comrades have the strength and courage to deliver my countrymen. I am certain of it. I have Gaius' rather unique circumstances. I will instead assume the role of your guide. Though I may have defected for political reasons, my love for Garlemund endures. I would stop at nothing to protect her and her people. Well said. I ask you to escort our friends inside. Might even bump into an old acquaintance or two. If you don't see you again ere you depart, may the Fury guide you and protect you. Oh, Air's here. As you have nowhere to drop from up high. Oh shit, now I gotta look up at you. Oh, I looked away. I will look up. I drink tea at your drop. Ah, you fell back there, so I couldn't quite see it. Although here, I can join you in the heights. I had 1,000 health left. That was even a full, down to 1 drop. Ah, you got the full jump. Let's see if I can get the full, get a running jump and see if I can make it off. There we go, now we're down to 1 HP. Didn't meet you when you're traveling around. Go swoop. The bike. The Ishbal contingent are gathered in the royal palace. Inform me of your arrival. Please make your way inside as soon as you're ready. Remember, signs, your friends, and the most of the Ishbal contingent are waiting within you. I see you through. I shall away to the next land.
By the 12.
I'm very warmly dressed for this cutscene. Oh, shit. That's a lot of people.
Glad you could join us. I hope you don't mind, but we went ahead and started without you.
As you can imagine, our traveling companions were eager to become acquainted. 'Tis a rare thing indeed to see such a diverse and talented group of individuals assembled for a single purpose. We fight not only for the sake of Eorzea, but for the entire world, including the people of Garlemald. Much rides on the efforts of the Ilsabard contingent.
Indeed, which is why I am glad to find myself in the company of many trusted comrades, yourselves included.
Lucia!
I have come at the behest of Lord Emmerich, who has honored me with the role of Ishgard's representative. And for the good of all nations, not least my former homeland, I am determined to see this mission through to its end.
Holy shit.
We have a hard road ahead of us, but walk it we shall, together.
We too welcome this opportunity.
Welcome to the
to
His
work
View,
together once
Mama
more.
Lucia.
I have faith that if there is a way to resolve this conflict, we will find
A
it.
woo.
Allow me to introduce you to the rest of our company. Everyone! If I may have your attention.
Because, like, yes, you have my attention. Oh, Lucia, who I called Mommy Lucia. But in like a... But not in like a that kind of way. I mean, what's stopping you from calling her in that kind of way? Other than the awkwardness. I'm just saying, I want to see what's going on in this other room. They doing big play. There we go. I had to go help with some puppies. This wasn't that sort of relationship. You know, fair enough. Then again, I have more than one friend that I've got to just regularly refer to me as daddy. It's not the kind of relationship either. They still, you know, just...
Oh, yes, daddy.
Which is from our good friend Kitsune's Myth.
If I must. I am Arun Senna, spokesman for the Gridanian delegation. Here on behalf of my esteemed sister, the Elder Seedseer. We shall provide support and protection to those in need during our time in Gollum.
This little redhead.
To that end, I am joined by healers selected by the Conjurers Guild, with the Order of the Twin Adder's Finest serving as our escort. Of course,
that's fair.
With an experienced
Makes sense.
white mage such as yourself accompanying us as well, those requiring more involved treatment will be in safe hands. Raya O sends her regards, by the way.
Suppose I'd better say my...
Hey! Using the patch content.
Wait, I know you.
The name's Sickard, in case you've forgotten.
He's trying to start a revolution. We helped him get shot.
Any road, the Admiral asked Captain Hillfear to send his best, and for whatever reason, he picked me. Of course, if I'd refused, I'd be the laughing stock of the bloody executioners, and my reputation's taken enough of a keyhauling as it is. But more importantly, like any pirate worth his salt, I know when you're staring down a storm, you gotta trust in the commander of your ship. So if the Admiral wants us to go to Garlemald, not for plunder and
hate
glory,
Sickard.
but a promise of peace in our time,
don't
then that's
hate
what
him.
we'll do.
I liked his character arc.
Since we
Unless
all
he's
know
about to
how
do
much
something
the
that I'm gonna
Empire
hate him
loves its
for.
Steel, we thought we'd bring along a few smiths to make the most of it. Give them a pile of scrap and they'll cobble together anything you fancy. Of course, just like the Gridanians, we got fighters of our own. We might have come with a more constructive purpose in mind, but we're more than capable of cracking skulls, believe you
It's
me.
just his voice. I got it.
Well, you're certainly raring to go.
I liked his character
Yeah.
arc and
So
everything
we-
about his little character story.
The most dependable warriors of Uldar and Alamigo have assembled at the Sultana and General Aldin's behest.
Amigo.
If Garlemald has truly fallen, then the whole place is likely to be crawling with Telophoroi.
I mean,
We'll need
Lalafels
plenty
are
of
like
troops to clear
fierce,
and
fierce
hold a path for
fighters.
others to follow. That's where we come in. Naturally, Marshal Tarapin and I will be leading from the front.
It's been some time since I last saw you in your element on the battlefield.
From what I've heard, you've become pretty fearsome yourself. Master Matoya? The Avatar of Destruction? With comrades like these, I know we'll succeed, no matter what awaits us.
Avatar of Destruction, by the way, is
And
a
then we might finally get a
badass
chance to
title.
enjoy a good long rest. But
I'm
until
very
then,
colorful compared to everyone
let's give
else.
it our all.
Welcome. We've mostly been talking about milking
As for
people.
Ishgard, we
Good break
Temple
of everything
Knights have
going
come
on.
in force to uphold our nation's commitment to the peace and welfare of our allies. The bitter cold of Garlemald is a formidable enemy in of itself. Our experience fighting in ice and snow will prove invaluable in the days ahead. Accordingly, I have been designated commander of the Ilzabad contingent. I will do all in my power to provide you with the leadership and guidance you require.
Oh, thank you for the stretch. I was actually feeling very tight.
The four high houses, housed
I realized as soon as I
Hylinard
started
foremost among them, have arranged for a host of machinists to join us on our mission. Their knowledge of Imperial Magitech is sure to be a great boon. They will address any problems of a technical nature together with the smiths of Limsa Lominsa.
Good.
There is another awaiting introduction.
Oh, who else is here? Oh.
Lord Emonelaine?
Ah, yes. Emonelaine
No.
at your service.
Hydrate, stretch, nut, the trifecta of
Though,
self-care.
lest there be any misunderstanding, I should stress that I've not become a fearsome warrior while you were away. Rather, far from it, actually. My brother, in his infinite wisdom, decided this would be an excellent chance to make something of myself. Oh, and fight for world peace and all that.
I quickly add that as a quote.
But should the opportunity arise for a spot of ballroom dancing,
I swear if he gets
gentleman of
hush-affronted. I dare say your fancy footwork may be all that stands between us and certain doom.
Huzzah! I cannot wait to regale Honoroa with my tales of daring do.
I believe that concludes introductions
Huzzah.
to the Grand Company of Eorzea.
I swear if he gets like pierced with an arrow
Allies
like
from the
first
Eastern
moment
Alliance were
in.
due to arrive some time ago,
Are we gonna
but
get
it would appear there
Carmine?
have been
This is
delays.
another Carmine situation.
Would that be the shinobi of Doma?
Actually, they've been tasked with relaying messages back and forth between the various Eastern nations. According to Lord Hien, however, an equally capable company of warriors has been sent in their stead.
Out of my way, you preening fool!
The Fordola. Nope.
Forgive us for coming late. We are the delegates of the Eastern Alliance.
Cyrena, and you've brought company.
For battle and blood we come, as the steppe is sorely lacking in both. No towers befoul our lands, so we marched on those of Doma, only to find them beyond our reach. But now our thirst for slaughter will be slaked.
I love her
No
staff.
quarter to the enemy!
Sadu Hatun, no. We go to make peace with the Iron Men, not war.
Warriors of the Steppe, we've heard many tales of your bravery. We welcome you as allies. And these other ones you have brought are...
Members of the Dalmascan resistance group, Lente's Tears.
And the Bosnian resistance.
Yes.
Between them, they have a wealth of experience in espionage, and are particularly
The
adept at
Bosnian
infiltrating
stuff is
Imperial
like
facilities, which is fortuitous.
was
since
the in-game
Garlemald's domain is
content
so
of
vast
last
that I could
expansion.
never
I think
hope to
correctly,
handle
as last
reconnaissance
expansion was
duties all by
Bosnia.
myself.
Or was that 2 ago?
Dalmasca, Bosnia, Alamigo. All lands which
Okay, it
have
was the
suffered
last
the tyranny
expansion.
of the Empire. I would never presume to question your motives. Nevertheless, I must reiterate that our goal is to aid the victims of the Telophoroi, the common folk of Garlemald. And they are victims, make no mistake. Though I understand that many may struggle to see them as such.
You're more right than you know. For every one of us that answered the call, there were a dozen that refused. Not only in Alamigo, but everywhere we went. And who could blame them? The Empire's always been the enemy. But after seeing what we've seen, fighting and working against and with Garleans, there's no denying the simple truth. They're just people. No different from you or I. They've got their share of liars and murderers, but so do we. So do we all. Fordola, who once swore herself to Garlemald, has proven herself a trusted ally time and time again. Every Eorzean here knows Cid Garland, the Imperial defector who shared with us countless technological wonders. Maxima, who stands with us today, tried to reform Garlemald from within and make peace with Doma. So you can believe me when I say that every fighter here understands and accepts that the Imperials are not monsters and are deserving of help. Or at least that they were able to put aside their feelings for the greater good.
Gosh, this story's so fucking good.
It won't be easy. But we're all determined to make this world a better place.
What lingering concerns I may have had were clearly unwarranted. I agree with everything you said wholeheartedly.
Then we are in accord. Now, let us review our strategy. To reach the Garlean capital in northern Ilsabard, we must cross the central mountain range. Fortunately, Garlond Ironworks can provide aerial transport, sparing us this most treacherous part of our journey. However, attempting to fly any closer to Garlemald would attract the attention of the Telophoroi. As they appear to have seized control of the majority of the Imperial military, we must assume that includes its fleet. In addition, Garlemald possesses devices that can interfere with airship navigational systems, further discouraging an airborne approach.
Given the circumstances, the closest we dare deploy our contingent is an area between the range and the capital, the Magna Glaciers. From there, we must travel the rest of the way on foot. We will also need to bring the airships with us to ensure we can withdraw with haste. Although much of the terrain will be blanketed in snow, we should be able to make use of local roads and shipping facilities. The vast ice field will afford us an unobstructed view of the surrounding area. On the other hand, it will also allow others to easily spot us, so it is imperative that we only make camp in positions where we can easily defend ourselves. And the airships, which must be kept safe at all costs.
What is the gem in Garlemald, in the Garlemald people?
We cannot account for every possibility, so we must be prepared to think on our feet.
Like, is that something they're born with, or is that like
tested.
a cultural thing? I don't remember.
Sorely tested, I expect. But for our homes and for our people, and a people not our own but in need, we will succeed. Spare no effort in your preparations. Once we depart, there is no turning back.
Channel for Aether. Got it. Okay. Gotcha. So it's something they added. So it is like a gem that they embed in their head. Location symbol here. The Alamaja and several other tribes have offered to send troops of their own. Fortunately, due to their physiology, many would struggle simply to survive in the harsh climate of Isabald. Some would prove tempting targets for abduction. It's considered they can better aid the cause by bolstering their defenses in Eorzea. If their eagerness to do more has been noted. Gotcha. Makes sense. I enjoy the Magitech angle for them in general, though. I'm always a fan of magical technology as part of a setting. Refuse to suffice. Here we embark. We must distribute the warding scales to our comrades. Care to do the honors? Hell yes. Those are the warning cells I spy, although I know what they look like. Oh, look at these. Even a layman will tell they're bursting with aether. Better to fend off the tempering waves? Is that the right term? Anyway, these will give us one less thing to worry about, which just leaves the other mountain of whatever else is waiting for us in Garlemald. I've been saying it wrong for so long. Only one way to find out, eh? Nervous or not, I'd march through all 7 hells if it gave me the chance to put Xenos back in the grave where he belongs. Warning scales of this Guardian delegation, I take it. Many thanks. These talismans will prove to be the deciding factor in the battles to come. I'm self conflicted by this foray into Garlemald. Sent by the Empire to infiltrate Ishgard, only to throw in my lot with those whose secrets I was supposed to be stealing. Now lead a mission to save my countrymen I betrayed? And that is doubtless why I was chosen by Lord Emmerich. He would have me put my extensive knowledge and former ties to good use, and not disappoint him. Future Vishgard, Garlemald, and the world at large will lead us to victory. You got something for us? And the scales I've been talking about. They're little things, ain't they? I reckon they'll be worth a gill or two when all this is over. But we'll hold on to them for now. One more thing. Know what you're all thinking. Why didn't they send Ainzar instead? Buggered if I know. All the Admiral and Captain told me was they needed someone to help safeguard the future. And here I am. Can't say they haven't got a sense of humor. I mean, you might be wondering what a good pirate is on dry land. In the middle of sodden snow of all places. My crew will do whatever it needs doing. So let's set sail, or however the saying goes on airships. Yes? I don't remember seeing this character before. Is he, like, fully just introduced new? Because I don't remember meeting him before. Main warding scales. Enough for me and my men, I see. I myself am especially grateful for this opportunity to visit distant lands. He was in the White Mage quest line. Got it. I did the White Mage quest line many years ago, and I don't think I paid attention to it in the slightest because I was just kind of leveling it to level it at the time. I'm grateful for his opportunity to visit distant lands. A few years back, I did a thing where I wanted to get every class just at the time to cap 70, and there were some I did White Mage pretty late in that like list, and I was like, fuck it, I just want to get here. Got it. Okay. I think White Mage was one of the ones that I just did not pay attention to the story and I wanted to keep moving because I had like a list of classes to get to. The only reason I volunteered to join the expedition, the journey outside the Twelves Wood, much less enter Imperial territory, is a rare privilege afforded to Pajal. And then tagging along to see the sights, Garland's benefit from my healing magics, as would our comrades, should fighting break out. It would be cold in Garlandlands, we came prepared. Well, the talismans. We need to keep these close at all times, yes? I will see that nobody misplaces theirs. Before I forget, I have a message from Hein. Distant lands in times of strife. Together stand, together fight. And darkness shines the light of life. If I have done his words justice, Doma, much like Othard, has been plagued by the towers. Yet when he could not be here, he wished to express his shared conviction. Hein and Yuriguri labor with the rest to unite the people. And with their aid, we will keep the enemy at bay. And we of the Steep and the Eastern Alliance will repay their efforts by ending this war. The Iron Men and their troubles. It is the destiny of the weak to die in ignominy. Even so, I will do as I agreed. I volunteered to join this band at Sona's request. If she thinks it's a worthy cause, that is reason enough. We have from different tribes, our bond has grown strong of late. It is much better at company on a hunt than any of the Steep's oafish men could dream to be. You have a warning sale for me, too. Thank you for this. For going to such incredible lengths for the sake of my people. Though I have little to offer in return, I would impart some advice if I may. I've been told by me to wear the cold of Ishbald. Not stressed enough this is no token warning. Distributing specially made warming tinctures, courtesy of the Alchemist Guild. I understand they are no substitute for proper protection. Leave a provisioning of said protection to your discretion. Let's proceed to Alamegan Quarter. With our preparations, I will have the pilots ready the airships. To Alamega! Last chance to make ready before we set forth. You needn't worry about Ryanja and I. Still have what we wore in Garlemald before. Claims to be quite warm and toasty beneath his armor. He spent a fair bit of time up north recently as well. I have no reason to doubt his words. You borrowing the Grand Company stock. The rest of you could do likewise, I suppose. Provided you're not overly concerned with style. You find a point on it. Wouldn't it be seen dead in one of those ridiculous overcoats? I had time to find something more to my liking. Hark! Is that the cry of the scions in need of a tailor, I hear? Please be Tataro. No. Oh yeah, it is! But how? I have my ways indeed. Well, you could sneak off Ishbald without telling me. Nothing escapes my notice. Now, you'll wear these garments. I made for you whether you like it or not. Never cease to amaze me. I need new outfits as well. Wait, are you coming with us? What? No, of course not, silly. I'm a fashion. Rather the pursuit of the highest quality fashion. Besides, how can I expect others to wear my creations if I've never worn them myself? I did have one other thing to share. Hermias and Baromanda have finally returned from their assignments in faraway lands. In the Rising Stones for a while to keep an eye on events throughout Eorzea. Be running things back at the headquarters. I was wondering if I could lend a hand in Charlayan? Oh, why not? You can keep Kryle company in the Baldasian Annex. Yes, we'd love to have you there. I've heard Agmaris and Balumwada did a fine job carrying on in our stead when we were lying comatose. Them in charge of the Rising Stones, we've got nothing to worry about. Exactly. That's why I'm confident you won't go collapsing again. A certain someone, who shall remain nameless, isn't in a position to transport your souls to another world. If anything similarly disastrous were to happen, I'll be well positioned to do something about it. Told you she can't be trusted. She 100% can't be trusted. Tatsuro's the best. Anyway, we got a few to take care of. They'll be away to Charlayan. You hope these new clothes are enough to keep you warm in Garlemald. Not much, but it's the only thing I can really do for you, other than pray for your safe return, which I will every day. I do love that Istinian, though, is terrified of her. After she's blackmailed him a couple times. You contingent waiting any longer. Here are your winter woolies, handcrafted by yours truly. Aww. So I bought a coat for nothing. What does it look like? Let's see, go here. Try on. Oh, it's like the same thing, just without the red. Oh, it's so much better, too. Okay, so I'm going to take a quick aside. I'm going to pick up the quest. Actually, oh, come on. Is there an inn around here? Okay, well, we're going to have a quick aside. Because I want the one without the red. I guess I could do it the old-fashioned way and fix the glamour plate later. But no, I want to fix my glamour plate. I wish they would just let us do this anywhere. I wish that, like, I get the roleplay aspect of it being in the inn. I do wish that we could just edit glamour plates wherever we were. Or as long as we were in a major city, you know? But I guess this is easier for them to manage on a server side, I guess. Oh, wrong one. Over here. Yeah, I like the coloring of this one a lot more. Oh, now the boots have extra red accents on them that I don't like as much. But the leather goes well with the leather of that. So I'll wear my big leather boots. It's a very slight difference, but I like that a lot more. Random mount, go! Look at that nightmare. The leadership pilot has been sent to meet you. And there he is. Alright, this is where we go separate ways. Do be careful, won't you? Oh, this is a combat thing. I want to finally meet you. We of the Garland Ironworks will be ferrying you and your contingent across the mountains in the Garlemald. This will be something of a homecoming. Celestial's founder was only the most notable Imperial defector. For that reason, the company is committed to the success of the expedition. Resources are at your disposal. If there's aught we might do be of further assistance, please don't hesitate to ask. Here to depart, I will see to the engines. When they ship, several cutscenes will play in sequence. I recommend that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes. Okay. I need to use the restroom really quick, and then we will see these scenes in sequence. I'll be right back.
I shouldn't have shot.
Guy right here. I got him, but the guys on the hill got me.
I have become the big titty goth girlfriend. Their lover's not my thing. Just punches and indirect self-growth. Anyway, this is my number if you want your ass beaten any day.
We'll see whose ass gets beaten.
All I can think of is like the joke of instead hanging up mistletoe, but doing mistletoe. Like if you end up like standing under it for someone else, you just get in a fight instantly. Yeah, she has mistletoe. Sure, Dahlia, let's see. And then she leaves her way to serve Edmund. You can actually feel it.
Finally beating. Beating.
What? What? The actual fuck? I'm so confused.
I'll take that.
Oh, yeah, no. Haley's too dramatic for me to become one with her.
Oh, shit. Clip that. Someone clip it. Send it to Haley.
Clipping it.
Oh, no.
We actually talked about that last night, like how, like, if she says something that's even slightly pointy.
Gosh, that clip of Haley's too dramatic for me to become one with her. Beautiful clip. My mic is working. Perfect. Let's go. At certain points. Let's do these several cutscenes in a row.
Ilsabard, divided in twain by a vast mountain range. Those who would traverse its jagged peaks face peril at every step. But why go by foot when one can simply fly?
Somewhat fly. Flying amount of it.
On the outskirts of the Imperial capital, in the frozen wastes of the Magna Glacius, the winds howl in icy protest, as if to warn against further trespass.
Oh, I love Graha's coat.
We've received word from Thancred's reconnaissance party.
Also, when you like freeze an armor like that, like wouldn't it easily like start to freeze and frostbite you in theory?
They've sighted a detachment of heavily armed Imperials.
Survivors of the Civil War, perhaps.
Perhaps, but there is more to it than that. Maxima reports that they are led by Vergilia, legatus of the 3rd Legion, which comprises the bulk of their number.
That's true, yeah, just some insulation underneath.
However, they are also joined by several members of the 1st.
From what I recall, the 3rd Legion fought for Nerva in the War of Succession following Varus's death. The 1st, on the other hand, were under the direct command of the Emperor and rejected Nerva's claim to the throne. These legions were enemies.
They've been tempered.
Indeed. In fact, our sources claim that it was a conflict between them that sparked the Civil War. Yet now, these former foes cooperate to defend a ruined Garlemald from invasion.
Then it is all but certain they have been tempered.
I do love that Tetero still gave Alice and Alphino
If me and my crew is
matching
out leaving, we
coats.
charge straight in, no messing about. But that ain't what we're here for.
Quite right. Soldiers or no, they are people of Garlemald, the very ones we have come to aid. Direct confrontation is unavoidable. Nevertheless, we must make every effort to limit casualties on both sides. Rather than kill them, I would remove them from the field.
How so? Savage beatings, disarmament, and
He has
imprisonment?
no pants.
Not impossible, but easier said than done in the heat of battle.
Having observed the opposition, I imagine Thancred had something to suggest?
He did. He and the other scouts have already infiltrated a supply depot some distance beyond the Imperial detachment's current position. Stored within is a stockpile of Magitech armaments, and once we give the signal, Thancred's team will destroy them all. In so doing, we will deprive frontline troops of materiel, and likely force the detachment to send men to investigate.
Divide and conquer. Not a bad idea.
Once the scouts have finished their preparations, we will split into 2 groups. The first will form the vanguard, while the other brings up the rear with our supplies. As for the Scions, I ask that you lend your assistance where
No, the
you
Graha
deem it
though
needed
just
most.
like stands such like a flex pose. He's just like, "What's up?"
I would prefer,
I'm here.
however, that you
Let's
accompany the
go.
rearguard and be prepared to join the van at a moment's notice. Kept in reserve as our trump card, so to speak.
Meanwhile, the Imperial Supply Depot. Oh, Thancred's coat looks so good as well with the pauldrons on it. I'm a fan of that.
Your proposal was well received. More specifically, they asked that we destroy the Imperial's toys in as spectacular a fashion as possible.
Istola always did have a flair for the dramatic. She's not an easy woman to please, but I shall do my best to satisfy her thirst for fireworks.
Giggity.
All right. Once more for my peace of mind. Our first objective will be to rig the enemy's magitech with explosives. After we've withdrawn to a safe distance, we'll detonate them remotely. Our second will be to issue a deactivation command to the automated units via the control terminal. If our calculations are correct, this signal should reach those deployed on the front line, giving our friends a much-needed upper hand. A blizzard will help us stay hidden, so let's aim to get in and out before it passes.
Are we going to get to do this part?
Trust in the plan.
Am I going to be Thancred for a
all
bit?
live to see tomorrow.
Because this is Thancred.
In the meantime, I will relay messages back and forth as the situation unfolds. You'll forgive me if I ask again, but are you certain you wish to play the lone wolf?
This is Thancred we're talking about.
Wouldn't have it any other
What
way.
he wants.
Call it foolish and reckless if you like, but I'll get the job done. I always do.
Look, Thancred has
Very well.
bulked
I wish you
up
the best of luck.
overall. Oh, I didn't know this is where the "This is Thancred" comes from. I feel like over the years, Thancred has really bulked up in the expansions. Holy shit, this is Thancred. So I have a DPS. I have a damage reduction. As your presence makes it impossible for most enemies to detect you. Also increases movement speed. It cannot be cast while in combat. Takedown. While hidden. This isn't guard dogs. Oh shit, this is a stealth section. Well, I'm back,
Keep your
Kurt.
wits about you.
It's time. We only have one shot at this, so let's make it count.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Setting explosives, I become invisible.
Must be losing my touch.
I did not realize that messing with the explosives would make me visible. So I just assumed I could go in and do this quietly. It's just me. Oh, that's been happening to me on Twitch lately. I just refresh your browser and it should fix. I found that if I lock my PC especially, or if I leave it up with like gone, it'll desync the audio. It's a new fun Twitch bug. Wait, that was literally supposed to change them. Oh, guard dogs, that's a magic attack. Oh, I thought that's what was referring to as guard dogs. And it's still desynced. Is audio desynced for anyone else? Like if I clap? Oh, it's just the game audio. Okay. So if I do that, that's desynced. Gotcha. Okay, let me try this. Try going here. How's that? Is that a bit better? And throw a bomb. Fixed. Okay, sweet. I just switched to something else and back and it worked apparently, so that's cool. Like, go away, Magitech Slasher. Oh, damn it. Not fixed, okay. Let me get to a safe place really quick. Especially if we're doing cutscenes and important things, I want it to be right. I'm gonna cut the stream and then cut it right back on.